Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 in the city of Moneyville, where in the last episode we expanded our suburban area, and it turns out all the jobsy buildings have zoned in way quicker than the residential, and we've still got an 8.9% unemployment rate. And I even switched out a bit of residential for more commercial. I'm just going to carry on that going further because let's just kick these people out of their homes because we clearly need more jobs. But talking of jobs, what we're going to do today is we're going to expand our specialised industry. So we've already got some farming. I think we could do with more farming. We are then going to get some oil drilling around here. We're probably going to expand our mining a bit as well. And all of that should hopefully just keep us getting better. Also, between episodes, we got the final milestone, Megalopolis, so I've just unlocked everything in the development tree because that's what you can do once you've hit the final milestone. So, in terms of tiles, we're going to go quite big. Like, that's big. That's a lot of money we just spent there. So, first of all, we want to expand our mining industry. Let's just get the resources view up. So this road's actually kind of running down the middle right now, so we can keep that going. So we might want a road out like here to pick up a bit more. And another road here maybe. We've also got a bit of a deficit, I saw. We've got a bit of a deficit of stone, which you get. I mean, you can just mine that anywhere even without the natural resources. Yeah, okay, we are going to have to cope with some not very flat terrain. There we go, let's do that and see what we can do. So if we just go to our production, we're actually mostly in need of stone. We do produce a bit, but it's not nearly enough. So, we are actually going to use the area where the natural resources are, just because that's the area we've got really. Let's just run up the side of this one, then we have to cut it about here. And let's go up to about there, straight down to this road, then follow this round to here. Then round, we didn't even need to make this road this long, but at the same time, if we're to go back and delete it now, we're going to have to start all over again and setting up this, or no, stone mine. There we go. So that's a large stone mine. Gonna get another one, like right there. I'm going to get it around the electricity substation. Got a lot of electricity substations. I shouldn't show you the electricity cables down here because I've been placing in more wind turbines a little bit between episodes sometimes, and it's got to the point where, yeah, let's just put it this way, the power cables are an absolute mess, but it still kind of works. In fact, we had a bottleneck just before I started recording, but I just had to put in another power cable, make it look even more hideous underground, but it's all underground, so whatever. So that's 2 stone mines. We're going to get another ore one. Let's get it off this road here. And then we can extend it down to about there, probably. And then along this road here. And then along this road. And then that'll be that. Can just bring it down this road. There we go. So that's an ore. Let's put a coal in on this road. And one thing about all this industry expansion is it's a bit awkward for providing public transport to all of this area, because the kind of workplace density is not very high. But there's still enough workers that we probably should provide public transport. I'm not exactly sure like what's the best way to do it. Right, let's just snake it back along this road here. There we go. Back along this road here. Okay, that's coal, that's an ore. What's production? You know, we've only just about got a surplus of stone. I think, yeah, both of those we're kind of, yeah, we should get another stone.
Storm spotters have reported a tornado.
Let's just extend this road.
Extreme wind conditions are expected. All citizens are
there we
advised
go.
to seek shelter at this time.
And get this road just to extend out of here a bit, and the reason for that is just so we don't block that road in. Would be nice to keep it going. Ooh, hang on. Pause. What was it? We just ground earth. Let's just put that like here. And then it's gonna be awkward to expand this area. Right, let's do that. And we are actually gonna bring it out to there. Then kind of like this area here. I know we don't actually need to be in the area with natural resources. Let's just not block that road in. There we go. That'll do. So that'll do for mining probably. And that should... They're available to rent. Yeah, 69. Okay, some of these aren't. This one, yeah, available for rent. Hopefully it'll get rented soon. Okay, so next things next, I guess. Let's extend this highway here. Yeah, it is a one spacing. And if we just put up the natural resources. Yeah, let's kind of get it to bend down into here. Into the oil area, and then bend off into the farming area. I have no idea where this is going to end up, but whatever. This isn't exactly like a full-on highway. I mean, you see we've got a roundabout in it here. I'm not particularly concerned about traffic flow. And then this road here, where it ends, let's turn off parallel, please. Oh yeah, whatever. I can go out that way, and then this road here is going to continue down. We're going to do a bit of a weird thing with this, is that we're going to make it not fully connect there, then we'll cut it across here and here. We're going to get a connection. We're then going to get a kind of U-turn-y road here. Let's turn snapping off a bit. And a U-turn-y bit here. And then we're also going to get a road off. Let's turn snapping back on again. Here. And then this road here will connect up to many of our other roads in this area. We still want road connectivity. So we can do like that connection there. That connection there. Even we can bring a dirt road across this highway, quite frankly. And then just start to get some roads in. Okay, so we really want to focus on this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually set up trains here. Now, one thing we do definitely need is another rail yard somewhere. Because, quite frankly, we're almost full here, and I think we need more trains. Because I had a look here, and we now have 8,000 people waiting. Before it was 5,000. I think they're mostly for train line 2, so we definitely need more trains on train line 2. We just don't have the trains at the moment now. One thing we should do is just whack that up to 7 out of 7 vehicles. But there aren't 7 vehicles here. So this depot here is actually a decent one. If you just want to go off the workshop, we can actually add more tracks onto it. Let's just make these all gravel roads around here. And then this is just going to go out to there. Actually, we might connect. Yeah, we're going to set it through. Why not? Get that to connect to there. That to connect across there. Okay, so let's get our rail yard in here, and I'm pretty sure you can add. Let's keep it electrified tracks. We can add extra tracks on this. So we need to turn off snapping, but we can add so many extra tracks on this one. And then once we actually connect up all these tracks, we can have so many more trains. There we go. Right, let's just leave it there for now. So, right now that can have 18 vehicles in use. It's probably good enough for now. Right, let's get back to the train tracks. So, we want a nice bridge here. What we're going to do is we're going to send it off there and looping in, and we are going to have a couple of train stations in this area. So for now, we want this to come on a big bridge. Have it. We might have to bridge it up higher here because of the power lines. Or have the power lines go very high. How high can we bring the power lines? If we just go... Okay, they can't go any higher than that. At some point it just feels like, yeah, let's just put them underground now. So let's keep it above ground here. Let's then go underground here, which can then go underground to there, which can then go underground to there. There we go. That's still all connected. Yeah, right, so let's keep the train line going through this area. And then it's going to go down this side here. And then merge in. It's probably also going to have a track that probably pretty tight bend and merges into here. There we go. We also have cargo trains running down, right. So then the bridge will... I can actually bring it down to 30, though I don't really want to. I'm going to keep it elevated. You're going to need to somehow bring it off that bridge, though. There we go. That'll do. So wherever that's going to go to, that can go there, right. This is then going to need to... We'll actually do it several single bits of single track that then merge in. So the first one is this one here is gonna merge in, and then we're gonna have another track here which goes like this way probably. So that one can merge into there. Those all don't actually like want to connect. Yeah, that's all collision, unfortunately. Okay, so we can do this one, this one. This, yeah, that looks horrible, but it needs to work somehow. Could like just bring it in like that, then that one can go into there. And pretty awkward, but yeah, whatever. those two are a bit too close to each other, so once again those actually won't be able to connect in properly. Let's just do that like that, and then that one can go into there. There we go. This extra track, if we just deleted this, there we go, because that's one of the R additions. So there we go. These tracks here just don't want to connect. Can we do them? No, we're not going to be able to do them with one of these, are we? Yeah, unfortunately that is not going to be able to be connected up right. We've got a few passenger trains out right. So okay, how are we actually going to set up this area? So we're going to need a lot more roads. We're going to get a road which goes there and then cuts in that, maybe. Just needs roads to put the industry on. There we go. They don't have to be particularly straight or fancy or whatever. Right, that can go into there, that can go to there, that can go to there, that can go to there, that can cut in, that can, actually I don't like doing curved roads, that can cut across anyway. There we go, let's just, really don't like doing curved roads just because it makes it more difficult to set up the specialised industry zones. Alright, let's just get a road off there. There we go. There's going to be plenty more space down here for oil, I think. So let's just get a road right the way up here. This one can go across. I'm not sure quite how far the oil will stretch, but I know it is quite far. There we go. Can also come up. Let's just finish it off like here. So just bring a road up like this, and then that can also come up. There we go. Let's bring another road across here up to there. And let's bring a road in like this. And it'll be like that as well. Right, and maybe one like this. Hopefully that gives us plenty of space for specialised industry. So, oil goes way down here as well, doesn't it? Let's just do that. There we go. Just do this, and then this might be a bit awkward, but we can actually do that. There we go. And then we can get these. Whether we're actually going to be able to get any buildings off these or not, we can actually get them connected. Let's see, another set of roads here, and that can go into there. They're not necessarily very neat roads, they're just straight, because that's easier to build off, right? Let's do the same thing here. We've got enough kind of industrial buildings that can also, I mean, we could do a bit of forestry, we could do livestock farming or stone mining, which don't require natural resources. So this area here, right, so now let's see what we can do. So this train line could come into a station. Oh yeah, we've got snapping turned off here. We're probably going to keep the train line on the ground a bit, and then through to here maybe, and then probably bending up to there as well. So that's just going to be the passenger bits of it. Let's turn snapping back on, bring it elevated, So
Cheap and random.
Oh, we love the cheap and random flea
there we
market.
go.
We came here with the grandkids,
And then
we'll stay.
Cheap and random. Oh,
we're probably just going to infuriate all drivers by cutting it straight across the main highway through here. Whatever.
cheap and random.
Toaster works fine if you flip the bread.
That somehow works.
What is that thing? What is that thing?
That is
Oh
a
my God.
frog nut extraction.
Cheap and random. You never know what you're gonna get. And you
Slope
never
too
will
steep.
unless you come find out.
Curve too tight.
You remember your childhood?
We might need a bridge here
Dad took you out for your first cone of ice. I guess
because it's just not working. Curve too tight.
Creamy taste in your mouth. You know what?
Let's
I
just...
bet it was Morelos.
At some point we're just going to need to elevate this right.
Morelos Cookadoo Ice Cream, creator of childhood memories.
There we go. Let's just elevate it. And then... There we go. Feels like we should probably elevate this bit as well now, thinking about it. It feels a bit silly to cut across such a big road. So... Okay, let's just keep it at ground level till there. Then we can elevate it there. And then... Why is it saying curve too tight? That kind of works. And then... we can do that, and then... This just does not look right. Right. Hang on. Let's see if we can actually get... Let's do this sort of bend. And then bring it straight down to there. There we go. So that's just passengers. And then we want some... Might use the specialised cargo train terminals. Just because they're a little bit smaller, maybe. There's one there. For specifically an agricultural one. And then can use oil ones. Specific oil ones. Maybe here. And we've already got a cargo train terminal there, so that's fine. Right, so this one here, let's just do a double track from there that then merges into here. Then we can probably curve too tight. Yeah, this might not work as I hoped. Okay. Oh. Yeah, this road is a bit problematic. Let's just get rid of the road then. And then curve too tight. Okay, that works. There's a connection. Whoops, that didn't mean to bring that diagonal bar. Let's just do a straight connection. There we go. It makes that look horrible, but it works, so whatever. This one here feels a bit close to that one, actually. I'm going to get rid of it. Then we've got one up this end, which will probably suffer from the same problem of the road. But guess what? The road actually will do weird stuff with the train line. Let's just get that into there and then make a double track. There we go. There we go. Yeah, lovely. Okay, that looks awful, but once again, it works. And where does this train line have to get to? Okay, we'll probably actually elevate it here. And then bring it in here. There we go. So, we have two stations for cargo. This one's going to have pathfinding failed. Pathfinding failed again. Let's try this one here. Pathfinding failed. If I like done something wrong here. Where's the... Actually, because I can add waypoints. Might be leaving the station. The pathfinding fails. Okay, so maybe these roads have messed us up. Let's see if it works with pathfinding. Yeah, it works. Now we got rid of that road, so... Can we select that, please? Thank you. And then complete the route. Then we want another cargo route to the cargo harbour. And complete the route. There we go. Right, I just want to check. Actually, no, we'll set up the other two. And then I just want to check they're actually putting sensible length cargo trains. Okay, oh yeah, pathfinding failed because I think we worked out what the issue was. There we go. So one will go to the edge of the region, or outside the region or whatever. We should have enough trains for these new lines anyway, and one down to the cargo harbour. Oops, wrong stop. There we go, complete route, right. These new cargo routes, which are 4, 5, 6, 7, let's just put the standard cargo train on them. Okay, so 4, 5, standard cargo train. Okay, so 6, standard cargo train. And 7, standard cargo train, right. And we haven't even got in the industrial kind of stuff yet. So this one we can bring out this platform. So it's all just going to run to this platform here. We are going to make it stop off here, I think, as well as here. Let's do it that platform there. And then it's going to use the bridge and go into this station here, and this station here, and finally this station. Hopefully people will be able to get out of this station and walk, because I can't be able to set up bus routes yet. And then let's just pick this platform and then stop there, stop on this side here, and then it comes into this platform here. Right, that new train route there. Train line 3, we want to make it free. Just regular passenger trains, 4 vehicles should be, 4 trains, whatever, should be fine. Right, let's actually get some industrial stuff down in this area. So, oil. Oil, oil, oil. Time for some drilling. Okay. So that goes to there. Right, let's just do it where there's good oil supply. We can't bring it under there. Let's just keep it like there. So those two are quite small at the moment. Yeah, they're all going to be quite small because there are quite a lot of different roads that kind of cut across this area, whatever. Certainly the straight roads do make it easier to... Right, let's get some big ones. Like if we place it there, then we do actually have to go around this curved road here. There we go. And we can just go into there, then down to there, and down to there, and then back into here and finish. Are we overlapping? There we go. Okay. And then This one just about goes into that corner. Only just about though. There we go. We could get a couple here that... Why did that place
We
there?
interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames.
Just
The
get it
smoke
there.
rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe.
And then
Citizens are advised to
just
vacate
gonna
any premises near
cut
the fire
it short
and remain
there.
at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
And then once again, we can just cut it about there. There we go. Right, hopefully this will increase our oil production to the point where we're in a surplus. Let's just cut it about there, then there, then there, then go back to here, right. What's our production doing? Okay. Not producing much yet, probably waiting for buildings to get rented out and set up. Okay. Like, for example, this stone is doing that. Okay, so that still hasn't been rented out. What if we just reduce the... You know what? Let's just reduce all industrial tax to 6%. Okay, I've kind of been messing with these. Let's just reduce all taxes like that. There we go. There we go. We don't actually need loads of excess money. So... Right, so here we're going to get another stone mine, I think. Even though it's not... It's kind of a... Not really what this area is designed for. But it's kind of just... where there isn't really much consistent natural resource in that block, and then we can get a grain farm here, which just goes down to there, then to there, and then that works there. And we can get some veggies here.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
Then that can go
Storm
to
spies
there.
have reported a tornado currently heading towards the city. Extreme
We have a
wind
bigger...
conditions
Yeah, we
are
haven't really got any big
All
spaces.
citizens are advised to seek shelter at this
Whatever. You can just bring it up like there, and there, then into that road, then down. Let's do another vegetable, no, wheat, sorry, grain, whatever it is. Similar to the last one. Oops, that didn't go to the right place, that did then. That's good. Let's just do a little bit of... whatever this is, textile, fibre, cotton, whatever it is. Which is a very small one, this one. Electrical stations in here. And we can do a lot of livestock as well.
Good example for your followers. Are you on a journey to find freshness? Are you tired of shopping
Okay,
at dingy
so
stores? Sure you are.
there we
That's
go.
why you go to Common Groceries, the ultimate destination for the
Let's just
discerning
do
shopper.
this.
Why, hello, Janet.
Hi, Stanley.
Isn't this a lovely place to
There
shop?
we go,
It sure
and then
is. Common
along
Groceries.
Walnuts Highway.
Twice the price. It's twice as nice.
Okay,
Now entering Fit Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
so it's not quite as much specialised industry as I hope to get in all these areas, given the natural resources, but it's still pretty good. Let's get another livestock farm there. There we go, that one there. Right, so let's just leave that for a bit now. The other thing I want to have a look at is, can we generate, like, what if we put an, okay, solar power plants are a bit big. Wind's not great. We did unlock a load of space up here though. So yeah, let's get more wind turbines in. go. There we go, there we go. And if you thought the power lines before look a bit messy down here, just wait for our new ones to get connected. So the ones which don't have a power supply, we know, like complaining about not being connected to the cables, we know to upgrade them. Give them all the upgrades so they're the most efficient they can be. There we go. And then we should be also at the same time then making sure we have a constant supply of electricity so we never have to import. We'll also probably be able to export during most of the time, if not all the time. And then we need to connect electricity cables up to all of these. Quite possibly some transformer stations, because particularly if we want to be exporting this, right? Transformer there, there we go. Let's just make sure those are connected. Right then, so let's just go have a line of power cables along there, and then that's going to go down to there and to there. Then we can have a bit that goes up there, then that's going to connect into there as well as up there. That's going to connect up to there and to there. It's going to just do a bit of a zigzaggy pattern of all of these. Which I know is a bit weird, but just make sure there are loads of connections. Because the thing is, if there are bottlenecks, we simply just won't get the power. So it's important there are not any bottlenecks, right? So then, from these, we then want to bring down more power lines to here. Oops, that didn't connect in properly. There we go. There we go. And that should work. I mean, the new ones will also slowly start charging their batteries. Right, these can connect into here and here, respectively. There we go. So our production is like over 1,000 megawatts. They will, because we added batteries as one of the upgrades to those, they will slowly be charging those up. Let's just connect some more power lines through here. Another one through to here. Oops, that one doesn't actually connect. So yeah, that's quite a big downward drop. But yeah, that's good. So I think, one more thing we haven't actually done any of is this. It's lumber, it's forestry, whatever. What's it called? Hang on. Once we finish this one, forestry, there we go. So, we're going to get a little bit of this in, down here. So, maybe a bit there. Yeah, this is really just going to be an area of just a lot of specialised industry, just to really get those production numbers up. And hopefully we'll be able to provide some more jobs, particularly for the less well educated people in here. So let's just get something. So unemployment has gone up. We've had a lot of people move in over the course of this episode. I feel like downtown is now finally finished. These heart symbols, whatever. Got a lot of, yeah. There's still more demand for commercial. Get commercial in there and there, maybe. Maybe in through here. just here as well, maybe. We could try to extend this industrial area a bit. So there's this big 4-lane road. Hang on. Where's this going to go? Let's turn off road guidelines. Probably just going to end there. So we can probably go a bit further with this. So it's 224, I'm pretty sure that we go for, but yeah. And then we can do a few more blocks of this. 112 there. And that's going to have to cut off there. Then that can go but another 448 probably. Oops, that did not connect in well. It's possible that road's misaligned. In fact, it probably is. Whatever. I'm not particularly bothered. Just go by a 224 on this one to get the proper connection in. And then there we go. It's all a bit misaligned, whatever. Just get a road through to there. This one can connect to there. There we go. Right, so let's just get more industrial in here. There are also water supplies there which we can use for geothermal power. We just want to be a power producing powerhouse. Power production powerhouse. There's our geothermal power plant. It kind of overlaps the power lines there, so if we just cut those off. So then, what's it overlap? Oh, this zone here. Just realised what it is. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Geothermal power plant. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the power cable that was overlapping. These can go into here, and also shortcut to there. Do so, yeah, whatever. Geothermal power plant. Yeah, we can get an additional turbine, and that, whatever. Okay, so there's another connection point there. There we go. That's a lot more power production. And therefore, yeah, we're going to be exporting a lot of power now. So, yeah, it's 400 megawatts at the moment, but yeah, our production is like 700 megawatts over our consumption. So, once all these batteries are full, in fact, probably, yeah, exporting capacity is going to go up. Does it go up if we add, like, another connection? Because it seems to be maxing out at 400, so if we just did that, another connection, and then brought it into there, and then through to here, and then to here. Okay, yeah, exporting has gone right up, so yeah, I think there was a limitation with the power lines. But yeah, now I've bought all those tiles. So yeah, let's end the episode off here. Thanks for watching. We've made a massive progress, hopefully, with Specialised Industry. It doesn't look like it from here, but we've just got to give it time for it all to upgrade and max out and get rented. Yeah, still got a lot of this building is available for rent, empty and available for rent, which is a bit weird. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.